You are now live. Let's see what play. I think I want to play space. Yeah. Sam. Look. Come on in, baby. You know I got the candles going. I got the incense going. I got the red rose petals. I got the yellow rose petals. I got the white rose petals. A little aromatherapy, you know, yeah. Look. See, I love you to life, that's on my soul, baby. No matter what we go through, I come home, baby. Get on top and grab my neck, I like it slow, baby. I'm a gangster and a god, like you know, baby. If you cold, lean on me, cause I'm your coat, baby. That thing you do with your throat, you the goat, baby. You know this shit pop off, I got that toe, baby. The world out, this shit for us, my favorite quote, baby. It feel good, I can talk and be myself, baby. Open up and I can cry and heal myself, baby. Let's connect in another ramp, let's go on trips, baby. What's mine gon' be yours, that's from my lips, baby. Close your eyes, meditate, control your breath, baby. I'm here, hold my hand if you need help, baby. See, I don't really care for drama, I like peace, baby. A nigga better not play with you, I play keeps, baby. I heard you cough, got some herbs, drink this tea, baby. Lay back and turn over, give me them feet, baby. See, I love watching you when you fall asleep, baby. I swear to God that you something that I'ma keep, baby. See, I love you to life, that's on my soul, baby. No matter what we go through, I come home, baby. Get on top and grab my neck, I like it slow, baby. I'm a gangster and a guy, I like you know, baby. If you cold, lean on me, cause I'm your coat, baby. That thing you do with your throat, and you the goat, baby. You know this shit pop off, I got that toe, baby. The word out, shit for us, my favorite quote, baby. I love the fact when I talk that you listen, baby. I love the fact your spit dripping when we kissing, baby. I love the fact that you ask how I'm feeling, baby. I love the fact that you patient, know I'm healing, baby. You say the same shit I say, we reflection, baby. You speak life up in my life, know I'm pressing, baby. When I look up in your eyes, you my motivation. You breathe out, I breathe in, that's my meditation. You know a king with the wrong queen cannot protect the kingdom. If his biggest threat is inside his own castle. Please read the terms and conditions before signing that contract. See, I love you to life, that's on my soul, baby. No matter what we go through, I come home, baby. Get on top and grab my neck, I like it slow, baby. I'm a gangster and a guy, I like you know, baby. If you glory to God. Yeah. Come on in, kick your feet up. Go on, kick back, sit back. Hey, burn some sage on me. Get your juice going, your teas. Yeah, it's one of those. Your oodles and noodles. It's been a minute, huh? We going brazy. Look, I give the glory to myself to have the courage to step. Shit to do what I did, I planned it out and I prepped. I had to learn not to chase, had to learn to attract. I had embraced all the lessons and be thankful for that. You know wisdom comes with experience, no need to interference. Let me learn what I learn, I take the wheel and I'm steering. All things are possible to he and she who believe. If it don't align with your spirit, had the courage to leave. The only change that's gonna happen if I change myself. You from the streets, I'm from the streets, shit I bang myself. Just a warrior misguided, boy I tame myself. I was locked up in the system, I broke the chains myself. Can't nothing keep me down, I talk to God to his face. Affirmations, confirmations, I keep God in this place. You know the kingdom of your God is looking right in your eyes. I'm a God, you a God, why you acting surprised? I give the glory to myself to have the courage to step. Shit to do what I did, I planned it out and I prepped. I had to learn not to chase, had to learn to attract. I had embraced all the lessons and I'm thankful for that. I give the glory to myself to have the courage to step. Shit to do what I did, I planned it out and I prepped. I had to learn not to chase, had to learn to attract. I had embraced all the lessons, and I'm thankful for that. If you wasn't really ready, the idea wouldn't come. Well, you know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. You need to watch what you think and watch what you say. When you have sex, you ashamed, so watch where you lay. Last week I made a vision board with all my dreams. I got land with a form, I got a tribe as a team. When I speak with intentions. I watch my words. Every day I gotta meditate, I watch my nerves. I'm eating 1 meal a day, so I don't really need sleep. You know my spirit gotta stay light, I'm the son of the sheep. The other week I was at the beach and washing my feet. I was praying over my life that I keep. May burn some sage, I feel the spirit, I'm getting chill bumps. I give glory to my God and I don't need to go front. Hey, burn some sage, I feel the spirit, I'm getting chill bumps. When God calls, God appears, and that I still gon' come. To the God of me, I pray that you please protect me from all the things that I cannot see. Provide me with the prosperity, success, and abundance that I need. I speak life and power to the God of me. I give honor and thanks to my ancestors, my spiritual guides, my higher self, and God for protecting me, watching over me, guiding me, leading me, assisting me in my spiritual development, and also aligning me with prosperity, success, and abundance. I pray that you please remove all the people, places, and things that do not add to my happiness and my peace, let alone, and most importantly, the best version of myself and my higher self. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheo.
Peace, peace, peace. What's poppin', y'all? What's poppin'? Yeah, you know, man, we back with another community gathering. You know what's jamming with Shami. Hey, look, before we dive in, first and foremost, I want to welcome you to the community gathering. If this is your first time in a community gathering, welcome, welcome, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. Please note, understand, overstand, and understand that this is a safe space to speak and also to be, right? So welcome. What's poppin', Brody? What's good, my boy? I pray all is well with you all. First and foremost, I just want to recap on the first ever in-person community gathering. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was a very, very successful event. I want to thank each and every last individual and every being that did show up to the first ever in-person community gathering. It was very, you know, it wasn't small, but it was very, you know, it was very intimate. I'm gonna say that it was very intimate. That's that's, you know, my intentions was to make it, you know, pretty intimate for all of us, because, you know, like how I do it on Instagram, how I do it here on this platform, I like to keep things very intimate, you know, pretty personal. So, you know, the first ever community gathering was amazing. It was so beautiful. The food there was immaculate. Shout out to Sunny. You know, she did her thug thizzle. I had my homies come out. You know, they helped me with it, man. It was amazing. So for those that are wondering or asking, you know, the next community gathering will be in August. We do have a set date. We planning everything now. The flyer will be dropping within the next few weeks, so everybody can go ahead, you know, be prepared to get your tickets, because this one, we're going to have different tiers. We're going to have different levels that you can purchase, right? We're going to have the VIP package. We're going to have tier 1, which is the general package. We're going to have tier 2, which is the VIP package. And we're going to have tier 3, which is going to be like the utmost VIP package, to where you're going to get everything that is included with every package, including the after, the after party, man. You know, so I ain't gonna say the after party, but you know, the little after get together. You know what I'm saying? The in-person community gathering continued. That's what I'm gonna say. So the next community gathering, in-person community gathering, will be in person. Will be in August, right? In August. Again, the date, the flyer, it will be posted. But beyond that, everything was amazing. How everybody doing tonight? How everybody doing? Everybody copacetic? Everybody good? Tap in with me. Talk to me real quick. Let me see how everybody doing, man. See how y'all doing. See how everybody doing. Talk to me real quick. I see some questions already. As you can see, the community gathering tonight is just all about questions and answers. However, Wednesday night, we are, we're going to, we going in. Wednesday night, we are going in with a specific topic that I do specifically want to talk about, bring to you guys, about mind, body, spirit connection, and how the environment affects our mind, body, and spirit, and how these things intertwine. We good, God. I'm going to the gym. For sure. Get it in, bro. I'm amazing. I hope you are. I'm doing amazing. Grateful. Peace, Queen. Lovely, lovely. Everybody good? All right, for sure. Well, shit, like as you can see, community gathering, questions and answers. Please, if you got any questions, concerns, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request the live. Everybody doing good. Everybody grateful. That's amazing. Real quick, before we dive in, I do want to pray. That's why I'm moving fast. Environment is key. Facts. Environment is key. Before I answer any questions, let's pray real quick, and then I'm going to dive in, all right? I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be that have put me in a position to obtain the knowledge that I have. To not only be able just to obtain the knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom to be able to not only teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I send that same energy out to every being and every individual that is a part of this community gathering, in this environment, in this community, on this live. I pray that you please receive the information and not only just receive it, but be able to convert this knowledge into wisdom, to be able to not only teach yourself, but the people, places, and things around you. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into every being in this community because I understand that without the community, there is no community. I pray that every frequency, every vibration, every word, every tone spoken tonight speaks on the same frequency, far away from ego, but on the same frequency of love, light, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheo, Aman, Amen, Aum, Hare Krishna, and all of the above that you shall subscribe to. So again, welcome to the community gathering. This is your first time. We welcome you with open arms. This is a safe space to speak, to be. If you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request the live. But yeah, we're going to dive in. But real quick, right? Although I said this is just all questions and answers, I do have one thing that I want to talk about real quick. Specifically, there was a message that was bestowed upon me earlier, right? Aum, Ashe, Asheo, yes. So there was a message that was given to me earlier today, right? And I've been called to share this message, you know what I'm saying? And so this is the message real quick before I dive into the community gathering. It's going to be quick. Again, this is just something that I've been pondering on all day since I've heard it, right? So there's this story of this child, right? And one day this genie had came and visited him, right? And the genie was like, hey, I can show you your future, right? I can show you your path. Your path is successful. Your path is abundant. It's prosperous, right? Everything that you desire desires you. Everything that you desire, you deserve. Everything that you desire is already yours, and I can show it to you, right? And so the little boy, he was excited. He was excited to see the path that the genie was about to show him, right? But the genie said, there's only one condition, right? I wonder why I sound like that. Let me turn this off. The genie said, but I'll show you your path. I'll show you your path. But there's only under one condition, right? And the condition is that once I show you this, you cannot show anybody else. You cannot, not necessarily show anybody else, but you cannot tell anybody else the vision that I gave you, right? You cannot tell anybody else the vision that I'm about to show you as far as your path. And so the child was like, okay, you excited, you know what I mean? You ready to see the great news. And so you're just going to agree to anything to be able to see whatever this genie is about to show you. And again, he's a child, right? So the genie went on and showed him his path. And, the path was exactly what the genie said. Like, this is your future, right? This is what is in your near future as far as the thing that you want, the things that you desire, you know what I mean? And so, showed them everything. And so when, they snapped out of the vision, when they snapped out of the vision, right? The child was so elated, right? And the child was like, like, yo, I gotta tell somebody, you know what I mean? I have to show, or well, I have to tell somebody to at least validate or give energy to this vision that was just showed to me. But again, the genie was like, listen, you cannot tell anybody the vision that I showed you. You know what I'm saying? You can't, because, the genie didn't tell him why just yet. Right. And so, the genie went away. A few days went by, and the child was just still in this elated feeling. He was still in this excited feeling. And so he started telling certain people, right? He started going around and telling people about the vision that he had, about the genie this, and, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to have this in my near future. And what started to happen is that once he started to explain, elaborate, and vocalize the vision that was bestowed upon him, these outside individuals that he was, I guess, hoping to get validation from, started to project their own feelings. Right. They started to project their own fears and their own doubts, and most importantly, they started to project what they see, the perception and the perspective of what they see that little boy's life to become. Right. And so over time, once that started to happen, what started to happen was, things started to shift. Right. His energy started to shift. The excitement started to decline. And so he went back to the genie, you know what I'm saying? And he told him, like, listen, how can you, he was actually getting upset with the genie. He was like, yo, how could you show me my future and the prosperity, the success, the abundance that I'm gonna have, and don't think that I'm going to tell people, you know what I mean? And so the genie explained to him, like, listen, you have to understand that, once you see these visions, and once you have these ideas, and once you have these things that, that is shown your future, you know what I'm saying? That and then you got to understand, once you're shown the future, or once you're shown these visions, the universe is going to then, choreograph this orchestrated dance to align you to manifest and to actually live out that reality. But you got to understand that once these visions and once these ideas and your perspective and perception of life and how you want your life to be, it's impossible. Or, well, I'm not going to say it's impossible. It's possible, but you cannot just be so elated to the point where you could be naive to start expressing yourself about the things that you're going to do, or the things that you're going to have, or the route that you're going, or the visions that you have, simply because once these individuals start projecting their own false realities or perceptions or perspective of yourself, once they start projecting their own fears and insecurities onto you, what's going to start happening is that your reality is going to now start, because it's so much doubt and it's so much different perspective being spoken over your life based off what you've seen. Your reality is now going to start aligning to their reality. And now over time, you're going to start aligning with the route based off of what somebody else seen for you. So I said that to say, like, now we could think about, okay, well, how many people are doing things that they really want to do, or how many people are doing things based off of what their parents wanted them to do, or what their sister told them, or what their brother told them that they were going to do. You know what I mean? So I just say that to say, again, that was a message that, you know what I'm saying, that I heard today, that I was just been, told and drawn to express today. And, that's a very powerful message, because once you start getting visions, once you start seeing how your life is playing out, the route that you're going, you cannot just go out and start expressing your excitement and telling people what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and, the future and the reality that you see yourself in. Because again, we're multidimensional beings, right? And so once once we start aligning to specific realities, you got to understand that what you're doing is you're aligning yourself to a reality where it has already happened, and you're aligning yourself so now in this realm you can experience the reality that is already going on. And so once you start going out and expressing, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna be in this reality, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, you got to understand that so many people have so many insecurities and they have so many doubts within themselves. You know what I'm saying? So their perspective, their perception is so limited. And so once you start saying, well, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and they start projecting, no, you're not. It's impossible. Nobody in our family has been a millionaire. Think about this. Think about the trillions of cells of that your body is made up of, and it's hearing that doubt. It's hearing that fear. Not only that, frequency is energy. That energy, that frequency is now being projected in your reality, and your reality is going to start aligning with the perspective and the perception of somebody else's. So if you think about it, how many people are actually living the life that they truly want to live based off of their own ideas and their own perception and perspective of life? You know what I'm saying? How many people are working jobs and saying, well, I'm only going to college because my mom wanted me to? You feel what I'm saying? Which again, I'm not saying that I'm downing, you know what I'm saying, college or anything like that. But the message here is just, once you start getting visions, and once you start planning, plotting, and strategizing before you mastermind your life and your reality and start aligning yourself to another dimension of what you want to experience, you cannot go out and start telling people what you're going to do and things in that nature. Keep it to yourself. There's this quote that I remember reading when I was reading this book. It said that, tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. So now when you first show the world what you're going to do, now you're no longer speaking from the perspective of what you're going to do, but you're speaking from the perspective of what's already happening. Right. So now, because it's already happening, no external energy or no external being can now project their fears or insecurities onto you, because it's already happening. I'm already a millionaire. So with me telling you that I'm already a millionaire, there's nothing that you can say that is not going to make me a millionaire, simply because I'm already a millionaire. You feel what I'm saying? There's no insecurities or fears or perspective or perceptions that you're going to tell me that's going to realign the reality or realign my thought process or my emotional process or my perspective and perception of life to not make me be a millionaire. I'm already a millionaire. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Right? So, unfortunately, the child had to go through that. His life started to align with everybody else's perception and perspective of him. And his life turned out to be what everybody else said instead of what he already seen. So be careful with whom you tell be careful of whom you tell your ideas and your visions to. You have to be very careful and very mindful of whom you speak to. Right. But, my thing is, be silent. You know what I'm saying? You will find out when you see it. That's what I like to say. You know what I'm saying? When somebody asks me, well, what are you up to? Or you will find out when you see it. You'll find out when you see it. I don't need to elaborate. I don't need to explain. And then a lot of things that I do, they're so connected to source. They're so connected to the God. How can I say the God frequency of serving, to the point that even if I did try to explain it to you, it'd be impossible, because you can't even fathom your perspective, your perception, your mind can't even go, because you're limiting yourself. The only limitations that we have is the ones we put on ourselves. But because you're so limited onto yourself, the ideas, the visions, and what I see for my reality, you're going to automatically put up a defense system, insecurity system, a fearful system, because you can't even fathom the ideas that I have. You can't even fathom the perspective that I have. You can't even fathom the reality that I see, not only for myself, but for my family, my community, my tribe. So all I would say is, hey, what I'm up to next, you'll find out when you see it. Ashe? Can I get an ashe? And And again, if you got any questions, any concerns, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request a live. Ooh-wee. I say. So again, that was just a quick message, that I heard today. I really wanted to share that. Again, tonight it's all about questions and answers. Wednesday night we back here, community gathering. But Wednesday night I have something in store. I have something in store that I want to speak about. Very powerful. Oh my God, very powerful. So be on the lookout for Wednesday night. Tonight is just all about questions, answers. We diving deep. You got any questions, put the question in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to join me on the live. So what this is watermelon juice. This is lemons, and I have mint, right? All these juice together. And then I also made a herbal tea. I learned this from the islands, 21 gun salute. So this is my 21 gun salute. I love 21 gun salute. So this is Damiana, hawthorn berries. This is sorrel, macaroot, and American ginseng, all brewed in a tea. And what I did was I made a tea, and I just cooled it down, let it cool down, put it in the refrigerator. And so I just add a little bit into my watermelon juice. So for those that don't know, watermelons are, aphrodisiacs. Get the energy going, get the energy flowing. You know what I'm saying? And then this right here, this tea is great for blood flow. All the men, you feel me? If you want to tap in, just let me know. The women as well bring blood flow to certain areas that'll, be more sensitive and things in that nature. But yeah, this is the juice that I'm drinking. Been drinking this for about 3 days now. Amazing. And then also the watermelon, I juice the white part of the watermelon too. So once you cut up the watermelon and you juice it, I cut up the white part of the watermelon as well. That is it boosts the testosterone, it boosts the the quality, the quality, the quantity of certain things and things in that nature in men. So I'm very big on just taking care of myself as a whole, you know what I mean? So yeah, let me see if somebody wanted to join in real quick. The high priest front of class. When I was little, they used to say not to eat the white.
Oh, my bad. I'm stuck on my face right now.
Nah, that's all good. Did you mean to request a live?
Yeah, I did have a question based on the story that you were talking about. So, what would you do if you had like a family member that was like a significant family member, like your grandma, who like is always asking you what you're up to, but like she like lives in fear, like she's always doubting things. She has self-doubt, like she has her insecurities, and she does project them onto me. And it's like every single like doubt, everything that she ever said to me, like as far as like, oh, when you grow up, you're going to go to jail, or oh, you're going to have bad situations with your father's side of the family, or this, that, and third. While I was younger, like I've started to see all those things manifest into my life. Like, and now it's like I distance myself from her, but she's taking it personal. Like she's taking it. I don't know. I just don't like the energy she puts on me for real. But I don't know how to deal with her.
Yeah, for sure. What I would say is, first and foremost, because she's taking your distance personal, you need to take the distance personal as well. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I said it is because, somebody that continue to speak death over you, that's not an individual that you want around you anyway. No matter if it is a close family member. I don't care if it's my mom, my sister, my brother, somebody who I grew up with. If you're speaking death over my life, why would I even want to be associated with that. I want nothing but life and power around me. Not only that, because I also understand that, within this 3D reality, a lot of these fleshly people that we call family isn't even our real family, right? And we can see that not only by their words, but also their actions, right? And the reason why I also say that is because, our real families is probably somewhere in the ethers. You know what I'm saying? The beings that we call 3D family here are nothing just people that's just, portals or vessels that was, here to bring us here to complete a task. So first and foremost, I would just say, you should take, because she's taking the distance personal, you should as well. Because again, you don't want to be surrounded around nobody that's, speaking death over you. And then another thing is that what I will commend you to doing is changing your environment. Because as you can see, like you said, based off what she's been speaking over your life since you was a child, you're experiencing those things. You got to think about what that's doing to your subconscious mind. When somebody continually speaking death over you, that's programming your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind controls your conscious mind. Your conscious mind controls your thoughts. Your thoughts controls your emotions. Your emotion controls your actions, right? And so when somebody is constantly programming your subconscious mind to be about death, in turn, in due time, that's going to manifest in your reality, right? So I completely understand what you've been going through, and I wouldn't say going through, but you've been growing through, because since I was a child, every teacher, and I really mean this, every single teacher that I've had have told me and said that I was going to either be dead or in jail. Every teacher. But although I cannot fault them for saying that, right? I can't, right? Was it right? Was it wrong? Who am I to say? But what I will say is that at the end of the day, as I continue to grow, as I continue to go through my transition, I've realized that no matter what somebody say to me, I'm in control of this. Nobody else is in control of this. I don't care how many programs, I don't care how many subconscious, I don't care. It does not matter. I am in control of this, right? And so once I get control of this, I can then control everything else outside of me, right? Once I control this, I now can control my environment, and I can now surround myself around those people, places, and things that is about nothing but life and life and power. That's it. So does that make sense at all, Queen?
Yeah, it does. Thank
Sure.
you.
Of course.
That's my grandma.
Yeah.
Like, that's my grandma. She,
I feel you.
my mom didn't have me. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I feel you,
So,
but you gotta in in the midst of it, you gotta learn to detach. Because again, right, when we talk about family, our mothers, our grandmothers, especially people who raised us, like, we have that attachment 100%. Like, I completely understand. You feel what I'm saying? However, over time, I'm not saying do this now, tomorrow, but at least start going through the journey of detaching, understanding that, okay, I want to live a different life. I want to experience a different reality. And if I can see and I become aware of, well, if I continue to partake in this simulation of this individual that continues to speak death over me, not only over me, but themselves as well, right? If they don't believe in themselves, how can they believe in me? If they don't believe in themselves, how can they believe in God? Well, I believe in God. If I believe in God, that means I believe in myself. That means I want to experience a different reality, right? You can't say that you believe in God and you can't even believe in yourself. It's impossible. That's contrary. That's contradicting in itself. You know what I mean? So, I would say I commend you on, trying to take those steps first and foremost, but you got to continue taking those small steps. One brick a day, you eventually had a house. Continue taking those small steps to keep moving and keep detaching yourself from certain individuals so you can now experience a specific reality that you want to experience.
thank you.
For sure, Queen. Please, I appreciate you.
I'll get off of here.
I got you, Queen. Don't worry about it. Learning the power of alchemy when close to death, it can be transmuted into life. Yes, I say to that. Now that's something that I can agree to as well. You know, when somebody is speaking death over you, when somebody's sending you any bad energy. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say bad energy because there's no such thing. What I'm going to say is that when somebody is speaking or sending energy that you do not align with, when you start getting into alchemy, right, you can take that energy. You can first off give gratitude for the free energy that this person just gave you. And you could take that energy and transmute it into something that you really want it to be, you know. But you know, I pray that the queen, you know, at least, you know, heard me and not just heard me, but understood and overstood what I was saying, because you know, that's a very, you know, that's a very interesting space to be in, you know, when somebody's constantly speaking you know, death and you know, doubt and fear over themselves and you know. So I pray you understood, overstood, and understood everything that was said. You know, I pray you comprehended as well, you know. So gratitude, gratitude. Let me see if that. So again, if you got any questions, put the question in the question box. You want to join me on the live, please feel free to request a live. Let's jump into these questions real quick. Do the necklaces mean something? So yes, every necklace around my neck do mean something. I'm not going to explain all of them, but I will explain this one because I've explained this one before. So this necklace was made out of rose wood. It has 100 pieces around the neck. The 100 pieces symbolizes the 100 names of God. And then the other necklaces, well, I wouldn't say necklaces, but, you know, aleques or accolades or whatever the case may be, whatever title people like to put on them, you know, those also have specific meanings as well. But this one right here, I just got probably like a few months ago. I was gifted, you know, this necklace, again, made out of rosewood, 100 pieces. Definitely, it pretty much means just 100 names of God. So I pray I answered your question. I've already had 3 dreams about you. Should I be worried? Should you be worried? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think you should be worried about me because I know I'm divinely protected. I'm divinely guided, and whatever happens is supposed to happen. But I wouldn't say be worried about me. What I should suggest you to do is to ask for clarity, because who knows? We may be crossing path in another realm. I may be sending you a message, right? You may got a message for me. So what I would pray for discernment and the capacity to decipher all messages, all communications, and all signs and symbols for the subconscious mind, because those 3 dreams could mean anything. But again, I don't think you should be worried about me, baby, at all. Because a lot of things that are sent to me, or a lot of energies that I feel, or, you know, well, I'm not gonna say feel, but a lot of energies that are sent to me and pulled or tried to be pulled, I don't feel them. And you know, that's because I got beings in high places that are protecting me and guiding me and leading me and assisting me with my spiritual development and aligning me. So, you know, a lot of that shit I don't even feel. You know, that shit don't even touch me. You know, so yeah, whatever those dreams was, you know, I would ask you to, I would suggest you to pray for clarity to figure out what messages. What are you feeling today? What mantra been on your mind today? What am I feeling today? What am I feeling today? Today I'm feeling gratitude. I'm feeling at peace. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling focused. I'm feeling determined. I'm feeling disciplined. I'm feeling inspired in spirit. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling guided. I'm feeling connected. I'm feeling balanced. I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling abundant. I'm feeling prosperous. I'm feeling successful. I am feeling aligned. I am feeling wealthy. I am feeling healthy. I am feeling high vibrational. What mantra been on my mind today? What mantra has been on my mind today? Well, honestly, I would say the same mantra that I say a lot of, I damn near say this mantra every day. I say this mantra at least like at least 3 to 4 times a day, every single day, right? That which I desire desires me. That which I desire, I deserve. That which I desire is already mine. What's for me will not miss me. What's truly mine will not leave. I release all the things that I cannot control. I release all the things that do not serve me to make room for the things that I can control, to make room for the things that do serve me. As I think it, as I speak it, as I write it, so it shall be, and so it is. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, more powerful than me. Ashe, Asheo, Aum. I pray I answered your question. I am the universe. The universe will never work against itself. That's one mantra that's really been on my mind as well. I am the universe. The universe will never work against itself. Excuse me. I am the universe. The universe will never work against itself. You know, all of us, we go through different transitions throughout life. We experience certain situations and certain circumstances, and of course we're having this human experience, so we feel certain human emotions about, well, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm sad, or I'm fearful, or I'm afraid. One thing I will always say, that if you're afraid, you can always be brave. But we feel these certain emotions and things like that. So throughout time and things like that, I also feel these emotions as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody on here looking at me like I'm like, I have it all figured out. I am perfect, 100%. Everybody's perfect, right? But I will not say that I don't have everything figured out. So I do have certain human emotions, but I make sure that I don't allow those emotions to consume me, right? I make sure that I don't ponder and get consumed by the emotions that I feel, because and then once I, become aware of that, I start speaking the affirmation. I am the universe. The universe will never work against itself. I am the universe. The universe will never work against itself, because we overstand, understand, and understand the power of the 3, 6, and the 9. I'm going to say that one more time. I am the universe, and the universe will never work against itself. So when things don't go out as planned, when things from my perspective are falling apart, when actuality is falling together, is falling in place, right? I realize that, I come to a realization that, the universe will never work against itself. I am the universe. The universe will never, there is nothing that is happening. There is nothing happening to me. Everything is happening for me. So, yeah, I pray I answered your question. Let's see, the garden effect. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class, Queen. What's up? Peace.
Peace. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to tap in with you. Somebody already asked you how you was feeling
Yeah.
today, which is definitely what I was gonna ask. But I mean, it's always good to see you feeling good.
For
I'm
sure.
still happy about the community gathering for you. I'm gonna be at the next one. That
Yes,
was
yes,
beautiful.
please.
And thank you for getting on here and sharing your wisdom per usual.
For sure. I appreciate it, Queen. Yeah, come to the next one. The next one gonna be in August. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be so dope, man.
Hey, listen,
I'm already preparing for the next one.
I
So
already
come to the next
know.
one. Yeah.
I already know. Look, I'd be ready to get my move on by then. I was transitioning through a couple of
Yeah.
things while that was going on, so I couldn't make that one. But the next one, I'm definitely gonna be there. I ain't
Yeah.
missing that for
For
sure.
sure. Yeah. Come on, please.
Bird, I'll be
For
there.
sure.
It's so good to tap in with you. I didn't have no questions. I'm just here listening like I always do.
For sure. Well, I appreciate, I'm always thankful and grateful that you're a part of the community, because like I always say, without the community, there is no community. So I appreciate you, Queen.
Man, no problem. I
So,
hope you have a good evening.
all right, Queen. Peace.
Peace.
Major gratitude, man. Tapping in and showing niggas some love. You know how that shit go. You feel me? Yeah, tapping in, showing the niggas some love, man. I show y'all love too, man. You feel me? Let me see what other questions y'all got, man. Will you be hosting another fasting cleanse? Yes, I will be hosting another fasting cleanse. I have actually been I've been coming, I've been having these thoughts a lot, um as far as cleansing. I mean, yeah, fruit cleanses and stuff like that. The reason why I haven't done one in a while is because for the past 2.5 months now, my entire diet has been raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have not been eating a lot of cooked food. I may eat like one or two cooked foods a week. But the rest of my diet is literally fruits. It's fruit juice, you know what I mean? So um when I was hosting those cleansings, it was because shit, I need to cleanse. So I'm like, shit, I might as well get the community involved as well, to have somebody hold me accountable, and to have some kind of motivation as well. But yeah, I got you. I will be hosting another fast before the community gathering in August. I do that. I actually like that. That's what I'll do. I'll make sure to host another 7-day fruit juice fast before the in-person community gathering. We'll do that for sure. Let me see. Let me ask somebody else. The mind orgasm. I like a little mind orgasm now. You just out here making me thirsty. Hey, look, I got some watermelon juice.
Peace.
Peace, Queen. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How
I'm
are you?
doing amazing.
That's good. Okay, so I have a
Mm-hmm.
question. So I like to reflect on a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering, like, what are some things that you just been reflecting on lately? Like, sometimes we question things,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I take those as opportunities to, like, sit on my mat and just like reflect and like allow what comes to come, and to get me through it,
Yeah.
because that's where my clarity comes. But like, what are some things you've been reflecting on? I don't know why I feel a little scared right now, and that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Accept the energy.
Yeah. Accept it, receive it. What are some things that I have been you said what again?
Like reflecting
Reflecting,
on.
reflecting, forgive me. What are some things that I have been reflecting on? Um, I would I would say one of the main things that I am reflecting on would be allowing myself not to be in control. You, you know, the knowingness, like the feeling that, oh, I have to know what's next. You know what I'm saying? And when you know what's next, you have this feeling that, okay, well, I have to be in control. And I'm still learning that. And I spoke about that before on a past community gathering, but I'm still learning. When I'm teaching or speaking about these things, I'm not only speaking to y'all, I'm also speaking to myself. You know what I mean? So lately, it's just been allowing myself not to be in control. You know what I'm saying? Releasing, allowing things to just be, right? And that's one of the things, like I was saying earlier, as far as one of the affirmations one of the mantras that continually playing in my head. I am the universe. The universe will never work against itself. That's also me reprogramming my subconscious mind from allowing myself to detach. You know what I'm saying? Detach from okay, yeah, I'm at point A, but I want to get to point B, right? So I got where I'm at, I got where I want to go, but detaching from the in between, allowing the in between to just be, you know what I'm saying? Allowing the universe to orchestrate my path, you know what I mean? So I would say that's one of the things that I've been definitely pondering on, and thinking about, reevaluating, just releasing, letting go, detaching from not only just outcomes, but things as well, people, places, you know what I'm saying? Just I would say being in a flow state, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. For me, myself, I just breathe.
Breathe.
I can't do anything else. I can't do anything else. And I feel like I find that it's like the best place to be. Like, just to breathe. I'm breathing through everything. No matter where I am, I
Mm,
will stop. I will, everybody has to be quiet. This moment is very important to me. I have to breathe. I don't even know what to say. I don't
yeah.
know what to do. And like that control thing, I'm glad you said that, because that was me, like all the time, just like I need to control everything. Like I gotta know what's happening next. I gotta know what's happening
Mm,
right now. Like, so
yeah.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah. All right. Well, That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Queen. Appreciate you being a part of the community. Like I always say, without the community, there is no community. So I honor you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I
Peace.
appreciate you as well. Peace.
Yes, allowing myself to release, man. Allowing myself to just let go and flow. Yeah, look, let go and flow. Ashe, Ashe. Oh. Let's see what other questions we got. Like I said, tonight is just all about questions and answers, y'all. So Wednesday night, we going brazen. It up. Wednesday night, I got something very, very important, very, very specific to speak about. The reason why I didn't choose tonight is because, I had a few consultations today. I had a nice amount of emails today, and I'm just like, all these questions, a few people hit me in my DM. I'm like, tonight could just be about questions and answers. Wednesday night could be what I really want to touch bases on. Let's see. And then again, also, just to throw out there, y'all, unfortunately, I think I'm still on restriction. So I think we only got an hour here. If y'all want me to come back, y'all can drop some numbers. If y'all want this to be the end, it's all good. We can end it tonight. We can end it with this live. But if y'all want to come back on and continually build, just drop some numbers. But whenever Instagram kick a nigga off, then we go. You feel me? Let me see. Why do I glow red in the sun? Because you're a goddess. Who is this, Tori? Because you're a goddess. That's why. Right? The sun is communicating to you. The sun is unlocking your DNA. The sun is aligning your DNA, aligning your genocode. You're glowing red because that's your natural color. We was 3 colors before oxygen, and before the second sun was frozen. Right? We was green, blue, and red. We was those 3 colors. All right, for sure. We'll tap back in. But yeah, those are our 3 main colors. You know what I'm saying? The majority of the individuals that are more in the first Americas, or the first Africa, or the first original or the first original plane, we're red toned. You know what I'm saying? This is why, right? Like in the Americas, this thing called clay. Right? When you dig deep into the ground, you get this red clay. And then a lot of people in the country, they would actually eat this clay, not all the time, but here and there, because this red clay had a lot of minerals. This also goes back to, I forget the country in Africa, but it's a tribe in Africa that actually covered themselves in the red clay, so their skin color can actually get that undertone red when they're in the sun. You know what I mean? And a lot of us, like myself and like you yourself, Tori, when we're in the sun, we got this natural undertone red, so we don't need the clay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we was doing that in the Americas as Indians, as Native, as the original. So, our genocode, our DNA has already aligned itself with the red clay. So when we go into the sun, our skin glow red. You know what I'm saying? So. And yeah, I pray I answered your question. When I was in the islands, I remember I had the undertone of red, but I remember coming back, it was like an undertone of red and like a violet blue hue as well. So your shit, your undertone gonna change based off the frequency and vibration that you own and the alignment that you own anyway. So, I pray I answered your question. Do you have any information about the duck cleanse? Yes, I do. Duck flower, it's a very intense cleanse. I would say definitely be prepared for that, because you will have fluids coming out of every hole. And I really mean that. However, you got to understand that duck flower is actually, it could be very detrimental as well. Like you want to be very careful, when you're doing that duck flower detox, because that duck flower, you got to understand that herbs, right? Every herb, including that duck flower, is actually poison. You feel what I'm saying? It's poison that's being released within the body, right? But you got to understand that this poison is not, I wouldn't say it's poison to the point where it can be fatal. You know what I'm saying? But it's poison to where it releases these enzymes inside the body to create pathways to heal itself, to purge, and things in that nature. So that's all the duck flower is doing, is releasing um it releases the poisons and the enzymes inside that duck flower to put the body in a purging state. You know what I mean? So that duck flower, you want to be very careful with that. If you don't know what you're doing, and especially you want to be very careful with the shaman or the healer who's giving you that duck flower. You know what I'm saying? You want to be very careful with that because that shit is very, very intense. Let's see. Is the ego necessary? What do they mean by ego death? Is the ego necessary? I believe so. But also the ego can definitely be very detrimental. But it can also help an individual as well. What I would say for sure, a man's ego is very important because a man's ego is what's going to get this man, is what's going to put this man in his masculine state to assist and provide and protect and lead. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, the ancient Egyptians that built the statues of themselves, them motherfuckers must have had the biggest egos to build a 200-300 foot statue of himself. You know what I mean? So I will say that that egos are important 100%. But you want to make sure that it's balanced, it's well balanced. It's not ego to the point where it's detrimental. Even in the Holy Scripture it says that before the fall of a great man is his ego. Before the fall of a great man is his pride. So you want to be very mindful of when the ego and the pride is necessary and when it's not. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. I'm sure other people will have different perspectives, but I do believe that ego is necessary, but it's necessary to an extent of not only self-development, but also community development as well, tribe development. So I pray I answered your question on that. Let's see. When healing from HPV or HSV, are hemp seeds cool for dressing or avocados? No, I do not advise any seeds. So if you're healing from any HSV, any herpes simplex, herpes simplex virus, I do not advise eating anything complex or anything of grains. Anything that's high in simple amino acids, that's higher in the simple amino acids, or L-arginine or anything in that nature, like hemp seeds, no seeds. Avocados is definitely the worst thing that you want to consume when healing from that. Reason being is because they're high in L-arginine and L-lysine, and these are naturally occurring growth hormones. You know what I'm saying? And these growth hormones are released in the body, and these parasites is what feed on, the arginine. So I do not advise doing no seeds or anything, none of that. If you want to make, if you want to make any dressing for salads or anything, I would advise, you can do like a lemon lime, season it up real good. Do a little something. You can get creative other than, the nut oils, so I pray I answered your question with that. Again, y'all know we only got an hour, unfortunately. I don't know when they're gonna kick me off. I've seen a lot of numbers. Y'all want me to dive back in. So if this live go out, once this live go out, we'll come back because I see it's a lot of questions. So I'm gonna try to get to y'all questions as fast as I could. Which herb and crystal do you connect with the most? As far as herbs, I connect with a lot of herbs. I don't just connect with one specific herb. Reason being is because when you combine herbs together, it's this thing called an herbal compound, and you may take one herb and it does well, but that herb can do even 10 times better when it's combined and intertwined with another herb. So I work with many herbs. One of the herbs that I love working with is hawthorn berries, Mexican star sarsaparilla, macaroot, damiana. What else? I love my mushrooms as well, like my lion's mane, cordyceps, and my red reishi mushrooms. I love them. I put them in my tea every day, every day. Great for the neural pathways, great for the brain, great for focus, great for the entire body. And as far as crystals, I like crystals. I don't utilize crystals as much. But I was once into crystals, but I don't utilize them as much, simply being because I understand that my entire body is made up of crystal. And so I just understand that once I tap in with self, you know, the crystal inside of me will be activated. As far as crystals outside of me, I just understand that these are nothing but tools to emphasize the power that I already have. You know what I mean? So again, no shade to the crystal babies. Hey, do your thing with the crystals. You know what I mean? But as far as myself, I was deep in it, but I'm not really drawn to crystals as much, simply being because my entire body is the most expensive crystal and the most